All right, this is for the weed eater, a FS250R. This is a quick video and a teardown of what I'm doing. I want you to take a good look at this because we're going to see how clean this comes out once I have it apart. First thing I'm going to do is screw out the jets. We got a big one on this side. This is a 90-degree at the top, a fuel inlet, and this is a smaller one, or actually maybe larger. So let me get out number one jet. Okay, let me get out the other screw here. This is a screw for the idle adjustment. 2, and let me grab my screwdriver set. What's the smallest one I got that may or may not work? Okay. Wow, that's awful tight. Let me try and get this. All right, I'm gonna have to get some pliers. Okay, that's not good. Plastic is broke off, but that's okay. Grabbing the metal. Planned on taking off the plastic. I just didn't realize it was going to be that tight. Let's take a look. As I had that up, we had 1, 2, 3. This is the bottom. This is the jet over here, the low jet. There should be a L there, I think. And then let me get this out. Yes, there's an H right here. H for high, low, and then the idle adjustment. Wouch, that one was in there tight. I'm going to break these off so I can, we'll see if the plastic melts. That's not true. I'm going to leave these on to see if that works. I'll probably take that one off. So I need some Phillips screwdrivers. Here's the Phillips. Have this done, and the important thing to go here when we look at it is here, and what I want to look at, smell, it smells like varnish. Smell, take a deep breath. Just kidding, you can't tell, but it does smell like varnish. That looks clean. We have this plastic piece in the gasket on the inside that goes to the carburetor here, and the gasket that goes on the outside. And you need to remember that because these are all kind of the same. So let's, yeah, that doesn't smell good. I'm going to set this here. this piece here, and then the upper portion, I'm going to take this off. And a lot of the problems is these things basically varnish, get old. The pumps and the plastic pieces wear out. They can't run forever. And so if you do it right, rebuild them, they'll run to ever. My brother's killed one chainsaw I know of, and he literally ran it to death, and it made me feel good, because it doesn't go forever, but with most use that most people do, they will last quite a while. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, and you can see these are much smaller. 2, 3, 4. Okay, pop. This comes off. Okay, you can see here. Let's see, I think I'm gonna leave this and just set it in there like so. I'm not gonna pull off the float. We're gonna see how well that works. Now, setting this down here, we have the diaphragm that pushes against here, and if we pull the diaphragm off, we have a gasket on one side or the other, or not. Okay, well, I'm going to set this down. This looks like it's just one piece, and this part here face down that way, like so. But this was the piece that was on the diaphragm. All right. Yeah, it definitely smells like the fuel didn't have much of a kick to it. So what I'm going to do, this are all going to go into the vat, and we'll see just how clean all of this looks when we're done. All right, we're back on the Zama carburetor that I soaked, and it's in this position right here, so I know how to reassemble it. Let me set this piece here. Let me set this piece here, so I can show you how clean this got. And basically it took care of all of the crud and dirt, with the exception of just a little bit of gasket material, which would have probably disappeared had I left it for another day. Okay, coming here, here's the carburetor. It's spotless, all the dirt and everything is gone. Okay, and now I'm going to reassemble it, and just before I do that, the gaskets that we removed, here was the one that was taken off. I'm going to reinstall it with a new one, and this one has a plastic that's clear piece. This kit also came with a new diaphragm, and this one here is so light in comparison to the old one, which is more brittle because it's been soaked in, I imagine, gasoline. Here are the 3 jets, the one for the throttle, then this one here, which is the high side and the low side. We can see here that this is a C1Q, a C1Q. And I blew this out after cleaning it. Here's the jet, and let's see, you may or may not be able to read this. C1Q is written right across there, and the way you check to make sure the float is good is to slide it, and there shouldn't be any gap in between. I'm going to try and do that, so hopefully you can see it, but if you can't, you're going to have to take my word for it that it doesn't move and it's flush. So this is a good thing. Okay, sorry everyone, I was spatially challenged. Okay. The way this goes together is this part here goes against and pushes on the float, the diaphragm. All right? So that is there and in place. You'll see two holes here. This goes like so on this side. I'm using the screwdriver to align the holes, at least that's my intent. Sorry, I'm kind of a spaz today. Pretty much a spaz every day. This unit here sits here with this orientation at 90 degrees. Let's see if I can keep from moving it here. Okay. Try and get in a screw. All right. Actually, I'll try and use this one because I got it here. All right. Next one. Next one. Come on. And the last one. Now these aren't tight at all. Okay. Now remember, I used this to make sure you had clearance. This is the orientation. I had to go back and check because my memory's not that good. And I'm tightening these down, not too terribly tight. And this stand is great. Okay, so we have this side here. And the way this one worked is the plastic piece was first. It needs to be oriented so it sits basically like so. Now this is hard for you to see because basically it's clear. Here is the gasket. It goes on the side closest to the cover. I'm going to set this down here. Align it. Okay. This piece sits along the screw sides. That's part of the reason I started the screws, to help me with the orientation. Okay, so this goes down here. There's little pins, not pins, indentations, little mini dowel kind of things that hold it and put it in position. And then you screw this down. And I'm going to tighten it. And again, this is not too tight, but firm. So with that, and this thing here is great. I don't care what anyone says. I bought the kit just because of that thing. Okay. So with the with that screwed down, I'm going to come in. Come on, bit. Gonna pull out this bit. This is how I do it, okay? Others know a lot more about this than I do, but you basically, this is the low side. If you look at it, that's the high side. That's the one we broke off. And I see no reason to break the other one off, and you gently screw it down until you feel it in. Okay, it's made contact. So I'm gonna go 1 1/2 turns. Okay, then you come in here and do the same with the high side. Now you can see the plastic piece. Let me get that in. Okay, it's made contact. So 1 1/2. What happened is this piece was all messed up and ended up breaking off. You can see this is where it grabbed where it would push in to adjust these limiting. I don't know exactly why those devices are there, to be honest with you. I guess as you guide in through the saw, it helps to, you know, align the screwdriver. Okay, here's the last piece, and I also adjust this when I run it. I'm going to put it approximately back where I recall seeing it. And as you can see here, it pushes up against the arm, and it's tapered at the point, so it will increase, not increase. So that's it. That's the cleaned unit. Right there. As you pull, I'll be installing it in the saw, but I also have to repair my coil. I'll show you that a little later. Okay? Thanks for watching.